And a huge night for your career as well.
Massive night for my career. So yeah, victorious 100%. That's my goal, that's my plan, and that's my motivation. So yeah, looking forward to it. Respect to the team. May the best man win.
Jake Paul didn't just wake up and choose violence. He woke up, checked his horoscope, saw avoid danger, and said, nah, I'm fighting Anthony Joshua today. Buckle up.
Well, my thoughts on it is that Jake Paul's had a lot of accusations over the years for a guy who's had no amateur fights. What's he had, about 10 or 12 fights? I'm not sure what he's had. And, you know, you look at the opposition he's had and people saying, when's he going to fight somebody? He stepped up. He's stepping up to a two-time world champion, a genuine heavyweight, a proper heavyweight champion, and an active fighter. And this is a big moment.
It's sprinting face first into it. Netflix basically slammed the "Are you still watching?" button and yelled, "Too late, we already greenlit the madness." December 19th is now officially the day combat sports collectively asks, wait, we're really doing this? 8 rounds, 3 minutes, no training wheels, no YouTuber safety pads, just a glorified collision between one guy who built his career knocking out heavyweights and another guy who built his career knocking out trending tabs.
6'6", 250. Even if AJ just wants to keep him on the end of a jab, look at the reach. He's got a 6-inch reach on Jake. And trust me, the Chloe concept has told me the 6 inches is more than enough. Okay? So that's going to be a problem. Again, not even talking about the fact that AJ is more dangerous with just his power, but the jab, the reach, the extent, turnover of the right hand, he's going to be able to hit Jake at range. Jake can't even hit him. 43 amateur fights, 32 pro fights. He's 28-4. He's an Olympian. He's a gold medalist. He's won the world title. Delusional, yes. Very rich, yes. It just...
And let's talk specs, because this whole matchup reads like a cosmic dare. AJ has to glide under 245 after treating 250 like his personal comfort couch, while Jake is stepping into an experience gap so wide you could host the Olympics, the opening ceremony, and still have space for the halftime show. The gloves, regulation 10-ounce murder mittens.
Anthony Joshua wants to turn up and just make it look like an exhibition. I don't know what that helps Anthony Joshua do besides get a big paycheck. If that's all he needs and that's all he wants, given the fact that he's been demolished by Daniel Dubois in his most recent fight, I thought Anthony was built of sterner stuff than that.
But many people just want to see Joshua back in the ring, Simon. But they want to see him fight again.
Well, they want to. No, they don't. They want to see him fight a legitimate fighter. They want to see if Anthony Joshua is now done. They want to see if Anthony Joshua being destroyed by Daniel Dubois is the end of the golden boy journey that apparently rebooted British boxing.
Not content creator boxing, not celebrity fun run. This is your insurance company will stop answering your calls boxing. The first press conference lands November 21st, and the tension is already vibrating like someone threw a fork in a microwave. AJ's trying to cut weight without cutting his ability to erase people from existence. Jake's trying to convince the universe that ring IQ is just astrology for fighters. Trainers? Bro, every coach in the building is sweating like someone switched their water bottles with hot sauce. But the internet, the internet is having a meltdown so messy even reality TV would say, tone it down. Half the fans are calling Jake Paul the undisputed king of delusional courage, a man so addicted to chaos he looked at...
To me, it shows me his desire. Pick up 50 million along the way. Nobody can knock him for this. This is now business. This is business. For Jake Paul, absolutely crazy. Jake Paul is a domestic level professional fighter here in the UK. Would he win a British title? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll fight that fridge-sized man. The other half thinks Jake accidentally clicked the wrong difficulty setting and now refuses to admit it. Because let's be honest, who volunteers to let Anthony Joshua punch them directly in the soul? That's not bravery, that's spiritual exfoliation. That's a decision made by a man who either has unshakable belief or has never read a medical pamphlet with the section titled, "What Happens When You Eat a Right Hand from a Heavyweight?" But one thing's crystal clear, this fight isn't about logic, it's not about rankings, it's not even about sanity. It's pure spectacle.
Respect to Jake Paul, but that's a dangerous fight for him. He probably gets knocked out, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not saying nothing bad, but Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion. Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you seen what happened to him. Yeah. But big respects to Jake Paul. It's gonna be a good card. You know what I mean? It's a big fight. And it's a good fight, man. I give 100% respect to Jake Paul for
the kind of spectacle that makes you laugh, gasp, and question your own life choices for being invested. And on December 19th, we all show up anyway, popcorn in one hand, disbelief in the other, waiting to see if Jake Paul shocks the world, or if Anthony Joshua turns him into a motivational poster titled, "Know Your Limits." Because that's the magic of this fever dream matchup. It has the world perfectly split between admiration and a doctor somewhere whispering, "Please don't." Half the planet thinks Jake is pulling a warrior move straight out of an underdog sports movie, and the other half thinks he's starring in a medical documentary titled,
"Don't count him out." You know, I think that's a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. But at the end of the day, you know, we could have a big upset, you know. But I think that AJ is too much for Jake Paul at this point, and he's bigger than Jake Paul, in my opinion.
Do you think it's competitive? A lot of people are saying if AJ doesn't get him out of there in 2 rounds, it'll be a huge embarrassment.
I don't think that's not the case, that he's gonna get Jake Paul. At the end of the day, Jake Paul has been training hard too, and you know he's a pretty good fighter. I don't think he would take.
Paul is tweeting like he just discovered gravity doesn't apply to him, and Hay did not sprinkle kindness, he launched it off a cliff. He straight up said Jake's hardest punch might feel like a polite breeze, while one Joshua right hand might send Jake reviewing hospital menus like it's Uber Eats. But here's the twist. Hay still saluted Jake, because choosing Joshua voluntarily is like walking into an amusement park, seeing the ride where you get launched over shark-infested water and saying, "Yes, that one, front row." It's brave, brilliant, bonkers, or a PhD-level marketing experiment maybe all at once. And just when the shock wears off, Gareth A. Davies enters like the professor who cancels recess. No drama, no memes, just cold, unsweetened truth poured straight into the glass. For AJ, this is not legacy calculus. It's a monster paycheck strapped to an American spotlight. But the moment he mentions, fully sanctioned, 8 threes, 10-ounce gloves, AJ capped at 245, the whole room freezes. Because that means this isn't a circus trick. No backdoor exhibition, no friendly spar. This counts. And that's where Gareth slaps reality across everyone's face. If AJ doesn't stop Jake by the end of round 2, he's getting roasted into dust. A heavyweight king struggling with a cruiserweight YouTuber? That's the kind of global PR disaster that hits trending pages before anyone has breakfast. Old school purists are grumbling like they stepped on a Lego barefoot. Commissions are sweating. But the money? The money is screaming like a metal concert front row. Bottom line, AJ gets the check. Jake gambles his consciousness. We get gladiator theater disguised as a boxing match. And just when you think the chaos meter can't go any higher, Derek Chisora storms in like a walking, malfunctioning fire alarm. Bro didn't join the conversation, he detonated into it. The man started talking like he'd already seen the future and filed official paperwork for a first-round homicide. No hesitation, no disclaimers, no sugarcoating, just straight. AJ sends Jake to the shadow realm before the popcorn cools.